Wow. You guys. I'm like literally just coming back into my body. Like, I still can't really feel my fingers. My feet are getting warmed up right now. I don't even have any clothing on my bottom half. So, it's about 49 degrees outside and it's raining. And I walked down to the area I was in before, the same spot on the beach at the sea. And on my way down there, my brain still is like coming back online. Everything's coming back online. I was just singing, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. And I just saw the ocean and I said, I'm coming home. And in between the path and the ocean, fear crept in a little bit and I just rebuked it like karate chop. I said, fear is not welcome here. And thank you, Joe. My connection earlier in the day today, really, I was connected to Joe's heart. And I said, Joe surrendered and he dove into the womb, to source. And right now I literally see a circle. Source being one. We are all one. We all come from the source. So I took my jacket off, took my pants off, and as I was taking my clothes off, I was like, oh my gosh, in my brain I heard it say, it's cold. And then I started saying, I am warm, I am warm, I am warm, I am warm, and I just shed my layers. And I ran straight for the waves. And I went right in with no hesitation. And it took me a minute, maybe not even a minute, maybe like 3.5 seconds to fully submerge and surrender into source, into the mother womb of our planet. Oh, the circle is coming in so strong, you guys. Like the symbol of the circle. And it's so interesting because doTERRA has that O with a line on top of it, and that's similar to what I'm seeing. It's the unity consciousness is coming in. We're online. We are on the frequencies of unity consciousness. We have arrived. I'm just reaffirming this and reconfirming it. It's just so clear today. And so, as my toes, I can feel my toes again. So I dive in, and then it just felt like glory. It was like glory. It really is a resurrection. And I know to a lot of you, this may seem crazy. Like, this woman is walking outside with a little tiny bathing suit on, and it's raining. Oh, you guys, it was so beautiful. It was raining. I just looked up to the sky and I opened up my arms and I just said, oh, thank you. And I was singing the whole time in a meditative song of just thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Over and over, just thank you. I love you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And after I fully submerged and surrendered into, became one with Source. I was Source. Source was me. It's such a beautiful reminder that we all are one. We all are the one. There's no one thing out there outside of ourselves that's not us. We are all one thing. We are all source. And I was just submerged. Like, there was just nothingness. It was just nothing. There was no thing. And then as I came out of the water, my body was tingling. And I had these sensations all over my body. Like, I just felt like my cells were just like oscillating. My newest favorite word. Oscillating. Everything was just opening, opening, opening. And then I felt this call to start running along the right where the water would touch the sand, the end. I was just running right along where the water would come up and go back, come up and go back. And I was just running with it. And I was just singing, thank you, 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 thank you. As I'm running and out of breath, I'm singing this, singing it. And I just ran, and I was running towards the light. Like, it's dark, but you can still see. There was a little bit of iridescent light you could see, and I was running towards it. And then I had this call to turn around and go back, so I went back. And then Source said, you're safe to be bare. And so I took my bathing suit off. There was no one down there. There actually was one person that was down there that came down there with a flashlight and their dog when I first got in. And then once no one was there and it was dark enough, I had this just call to take off my bathing suit and to dive back in. And the rain's coming down, it's falling on my face. And it's so interesting that once you're down in the ocean and you're like walking at the ocean, my feet were submerged. It's like the rain and the ocean are one. It's one thing. I know this whole message is about oneness. It's this one, we become one. I'm like this channel of water. So I'm like the channel, and then there's the upper waters, and then there's the lower waters. And I was just this like pole, and it was just like this connection, this alignment, and it was like the waters were flowing and streaming down on me, and I was being submerged from the waters on our earth. And it was really honestly just the most beautiful experience that I probably have ever experienced to date. I mean, other than seeing my son for the first time. That probably was the only, those two are like pretty, seeing my son, it's up there. But this experience, it's 6:29 right now. This evening was one I will never, ever, ever forget. It's embedded in my soul. And I think that, I know that I've experienced this before many, 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 many times in other lifetimes. And I'm just remembering. I'm coming back to Source. I'm being led back to Source, just like the rest of you are. We're being led back to Source. We're being led back to Source. And the only way you can be led back to Source is through this, your inner generator. This is where all of our waters are being vortexed throughout our bodies, and this is our magnetism center. This is our guide. This is our compass, guiding us on our journeys. So when our minds get really loud and we're not quite silencing the mind, we're not attuning back to Source. We're not attuning back to ourselves, to our original. I got water in my ear. Oh, we're not attuning ourselves back to our 0 point, our point of origin. This is our origin point, original point. So when you tune yourself back to this point, you come back online and it's like, oh, remembrance. And rosemary is another code that I will share about. I'll do a whole video on rosemary, and I'll also post on Instagram about rosemary, because rosemary is a very vital, beautiful piece to the remembrance. Rosemary. So after I took my bathing suit off, I ran back into the ocean and I dove back in, and you guys, oh my goodness, it was literally, oh my gosh, the circle. Every time I close my eyes, I see the circle. There's a circle and a door, or a rectangle. And a person it's like the outline of a person. So I had the most outstanding orgasmic state just wash over my body. When is the last time, if ever, you have dove into the cosmic waters of the sea naked, bare, raw? I haven't ever dove into, I don't think ever in my life, in this life, dove into the cosmic waters bare. Maybe a lake, maybe a river, which is an experience as well, but to the cosmic waters, submerging your nude body. It's like what we're meant to do. It felt like the path of least resistance to source. It's the path. That is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be naked, you guys. Do you wonder why they have us in clothes? It's illegal to go outside. They made it like weird. Even me, I've been judgmental to people like in San Francisco on hate. People walk around naked and I'm like, oh, that's weird. That's gross. I've been that person that judges before. And maybe there is because we've gotten to this space and in time and samsara and where we are right now, where it is dirty, it is gross that people are walking around nude, because they're not cleansed, they're not purified, they're not walking their highest path. Doesn't mean I should be judging it, but our original beings are meant to be unclothed, to be uncovered. And I remembered this in the ocean, bare, nude. This is our original state. We are born nude for a reason. To be in nature bare, there is nothing in this world that is more empowering than being bare in nature. Nothing. I'm very clear on that. And it was so clear to me why, it's the story in the Bible. Like, we were, like, all of a sudden it was like, oh, don't show your private parts. Everything became distorted. And our private, like, our breasts and our vagina, like, even the word vagina or penis, I don't even know if these are original terms, but those terms are like shunned upon. And we are sacred beings. These are sacred parts that are not supposed to be looked upon as dirty or demonized. Like, we've distorted our original sacred parts, you guys. And in the water, I was submerged just fully. My body was so it was just oscillating. I was just opening and opening and opening and opening and expanding. I was just one with the water. My womb has never felt that amount of healing, and honestly, on this journey, I have been seeking, like, source guide me to the healing of my womb. I didn't know who it was going to be. I didn't know how it was going to be. Tonight I found out it's the ocean. And having a piece of cloth over the difference, my bathing suit, it's a very small bathing suit. Having this piece of cloth over my womb space and then taking it off, the difference was like night and day. Complete opposite. It was like it shut off from the magic of the waters. And when I took it off, my womb, like, it just like opened and expanded like a flower, like the lotus. The first object to ever appear out of the cosmic waters. Wow. Wow. Women were demonized. Our sacred parts were demonized because the magic is within the lotus. The lotus is the womb. The waters are the womb. The ocean, the cosmic waters, is the womb. And the first object that opened and submerged from the chaotic primordial waters was the lotus. These are the codes. And I felt it in my womb tonight. I felt my womb open up. I have never felt that in that space before. And I've been like, I've really been like, just please align me with the healing of my womb. I've been so disconnected from my root chakra, which is a really, really important chakra, an energy center. And I've been stretching, I've been moving my hips, I've been doing movement, I've been using plant medicine, essential oils. I've been rooting into the ground, I've been meditating, like I've been doing all of these things, and tonight it was so present. I know what I have to do. I know what I can do to heal and to connect with my root chakra, my kundalini. You guys, all of this has been so like, I've gotten it here, but I wasn't connected to it here in my centers, in my energy centers. Healing is here for us right now. It always has been, but we're coming online to it. It's here. Attune to the frequency. I'm not going to go into how you attune to the frequency right now. That can be a separate video, but I really just wanted to express to you how beautiful this life is, and how beautiful this earth is, and how beautiful the water is, and how beautiful the land is, and how beautiful the waves are, and how beautiful the leaves and the trees and the wood and the sand and the rocks. They're all reflections of me and you. And it became so clear after walking out of the ocean, bare, naked, and nude, my truest self, my most authentic self. Imagine what these clothes do to our brains, you guys. Imagine the message that it sends to our brains, like cover up, cover up, cover up. Don't be who you really are. Cover up your face. It's like they took it to a whole new level with this pandemic. Cover your face, cover your boobs, cover your, like, and I've always been so drawn to just express myself and just allow my body to be shown. And through my path, there's just been certain energies, messages, and entities that have tried to come in and tell me to cover up, cover up, cover up. And that's not what we're meant to do. Our most liberated, authentic, truest selves are supposed to be uncovered. nude bear that came out with this brilliant fragrance called Bear, probably 3 years ago. Returned to the mother, birthed about 3 years ago. And I'm talking about it now because it's coming online. It's coming. Joe sparked it within me. It's here, and this is how I always saw it. It's not just for women. It's not just for women in my age group. It's for everyone to come together, star seeds to come together, to return to our mother, to heal each other. And it's time. It's time. It is so time. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Earth. Thank you, Water. Thank you, land. Thank you, plants. Thank you, Mama Gaia. Thank you, Father Gaia. We're not supposed to be clothed, you guys. We are supposed to be one with nature, unclothed. I ran around naked. Why do you think children are so free, liberated? They run around nude, free from all of this, what is it even called? Enslavement of the mind. Like enslaving our minds. We've been enslaved. Our minds were enslaved. They are not anymore. We're breaking the shackles. We're breaking the shackles. It's done. It's done. We do not consent. We do not consent to the enslavement of our minds. We attune to our highest frequencies. We magnetize from our heart space. And we come online and we remember our most liberated, truest, authentic, golden luminescence beingness. Thank you. Thank you.